And those of us who are so tired. Sorry.
Okay, well, girl.
Yeah.
That's how I've been feeling after watching The Mandalorian lately. Nope.
No?
Not liking this. Don't want to start off that way.
No.
Super fans.
And those of us.
Hello there, and welcome to Pink Milk, your Star Wars podcast for us super fans.
And those of us who are forced to listen to them.
Today is someday, and someday I'm asking an important question.
What's that question,
Well, I
Brian?
guess you're going to have to listen, Thomas.
I guess so.
Let's drink up.
Drink up.
This is Red 5. I'm going in. I'm going in. Going in.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Hello there, Pop-Up.
Hello there.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty great, Thomas. I'm
What?
feeling pretty great. Met with a little bit of blues.
Well, that's good to hear. Met with a little bit of talk to me.
Well, the season finale of The Bad Batch is arriving this week,
Uh-huh.
and I'm a little bummed.
Really?
Okay, well, if you're curious who's bummed and who's really, I'm your host, Brian. With me, as always, is my better half and your better host, Thomas.
Hello, hello, hello.
We all know who the villain of this podcast is.
Padme.
We are not circling back to Padme as flawed. She is queen.
I don't want to upset Buck.
Oh, you know what, babe?
What, babe?
How's your week been? It's been a lot this week. There's been a lot this week.
A lot this week. I feel like we say that every week, but there's been a lot this week.
We have 3 young kids that happen.
Yes. And we had a birthday blowout bash
Oh
on Sunday.
my gosh.
Epic.
The blowout was our wallets because we
Had a game truck.
we got a game truck, which was awesome.
fantastic.
It was cool. Like 16 TVs.
Kids loved it.
Every outdated gaming system, like PS3s and Xbox 360s outdated.
Which
Not
is funny.
even-
I wouldn't have even noticed.
no.
And it turns out the equipment we had in the house was newer than
Uh-huh. And, you know, for the price of that game truck, I could have bought an Xbox Series X. We could have had the
That
top
kinda
2.
hurts when I
It
hear
really
that.
kind of does.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyhow, the kids had a blast. There's music, LED lights, whatever. Jack got kicked out.
balloons.
Yeah.
Balloons.
No, the balloons. We also set up
Balloons.
pool water pong in the back on the patio with the little table. And I believe the children had more fun with the pool water pong and the balloons that we had littered around the living room floor.
Pizza
than-
galore.
Yeah, too much pizza galore. If you want to come over to the Barriers house, there's plenty of pizza in our freezer
Mm-hmm.
waiting for you. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, but I was really shocked that the balloons and the pool water pong was more popular than the game truck. After lunch, it was hard to get them to leave the pool water pong table and
I mean,
go
they
back
loved
into
the
the
game
game
truck,
truck.
though.
And here's Tom talking with his wallets. Come on, guys. The
Listen,
game truck's
let's-
leaving. Let's get out there.
Yeah, because it was only for 2 hours. So I was like, hey, let's.
Can you imagine that? You could have bought a PlayStation Series X or whatever the newest PlayStation is that we don't have. Not PlayStation, Xbox. Could have bought the Xbox for the same price as that
But
2
I could
hours.
not have given the birthday memory that was shared.
That's
That's
true.
a memory that he'll have forever.
Yes.
It's true.
It was fun though. Also, if you have been listening, you know, I was in a car accident. That was not a lot of fun. But good news so far. Insurance is giving us what we earned, what we deserved for our car. So that's
12
good.
days later, they finally have confirmed it's a loss.
It's a
and
loss.
Gave us
Total
a
loss.
number. So we're good. We're just
Brian's
moving
getting a
forward.
new dad van. Another VW Tiguan. This one, though, will not be blue.
No. Nope.
Nope. Also, I really need to. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that this weekend I was trying to help who I thought was a mutual, who I thought was a Twitter friend, who sabotaged me and read me to filth. And then all of their friends read me to filth because I'm a horrible human being for adopting children. And God forbid they have the same last name as us. You know, the thing that I fought for half my life to share a last name.
And this happened on Twitter?
Yep.
And what do I always say?
Last week, if you remember, I should have taken Tom's advice. What don't we feed, Tom?
Don't feed the cats.
Apparently, we got to feed
cats.
the dogs, though.
It's not a question of real cats. It's just a question of don't give them anything. They just keep coming back. So, speaking of coming back, the dog's here.
The dog is here.
That was
Thomas,
dramatic.
Well, because you were supposed to keep it going. So there was no dead air while I was getting back to my seat. You're supposed to ramble. Ramble like I'm a person in your car.
Am I a
looking at the
rambler?
house. No one might know that on the podcast, but IRL, I think you talk more than I do.
IRL.
You know what, babe?
No.
Let's
what?
leave IRL. Hop onto a Naboo starfighter with Din and Grogu. Let's take this 2-seater, just you and I. Hyperspace our way down to that galaxy far, far away.
Let's
What do you
do
think?
it. Let's do it.
Okay. I want to start with the Mandalorian first because
Yes.
honestly, we had a really great live stream. I don't think many of us right now are real happy with where the Mandalorian is going. I really love what we talked about. I posted the whole thing.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Where is it going? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
This is now 2 shows where everybody's like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, so we're going to get into a little bit of that today. By the time you are listening to this, we have gotten past the middle hump of The Mandalorian. And if you're listening to this, you probably have already watched the last 2 episodes of this season of The Bad Batch because it's going to be a 2-parter coming up this week. Tommy, a 2-parter.
For a whole
The Bad
hour?
Batch.
2 shows in a row?
Yep,
It's going to be a busy morning.
it is. It is. Honestly, The Mandalorian's probably going to have to wait till later.
Ooh,
I'm going to The Bad Batch
that
first.
speaks to volumes.
I cannot believe, had you asked me at the first 2-3 weeks of the Bad Batch, because Mandalorian wasn't out yet at that time, if you remember, that I would have been wanting to watch the Bad Batch more than the Mandalorian. I would have thought you went and done and bumped your head. But apparently, someone in the writers' room over at the Mandalorian done and bumped their heads because it ain't been good. So, what have you been thinking of The Mandalorian lately? I have some questions for you, depending on your response here. So we're 4 episodes in. I think part of what hit me really hard this last week with this particular episode, chapter 20, the 4th episode of the season, it's literally the halfway point of the season. So like there was a different expectation on this episode for me, judging by what the first 3 have delivered us.
You know, the truth is, I haven't thought much about it. It is a haphazard storytelling situation for me. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. They've done some very good things, but again, it feels as if though it's a lack of continuity and not being
Continuity to what?
in storytelling
To what?
to where they're going. I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it at this time. So maybe tomorrow will be something that will pull it all together. And maybe I'm just burned from what I'm currently experiencing with Bad Batch. You know what? I don't know the answer there. So, but again, I'm not thinking much about The Mandalorian so far. I haven't given up though.
Oh, no.
So, you know, again, I'm just kind of disappointed. I was, you know, dragged along for a very long time for these 8 episodes.
Yep.
So clearly Din Djarin was working on The Last of Us or whatever that that
This is
HBO
Us,
story.
Last of Us? Yeah.
Last of Us, yeah.
He was out battling mushrooms.
Oh, God, okay. And it's not that he's actually done
Yeah.
poorly. It's just, I think it's the story. It's not resonating. I'm telling you, just
They're
forced
damaging the
to
perception.
listen and forced to watch.
What do you always say? The integrity perception of the viewer?
Well, they are absolutely 100% jeopardizing the integrity
there we go.
perception of the viewer. You know, they might have you super fans because you're so committed and, you know, But
So
the
yeah.
average, they're probably going to start.
But this
losing
is the
people.
thing. They've lost me. And I'm a huge, like we all know, I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I'm one of those people. It's hard to find a bigger Star Wars fan than me, right?
And it's a comment for both shows. It's not a comment for one
yeah.
over the other. Yeah.
However, I was so excited for season 3 of Mandalorian. Like, I love where season 2 left off. I thought it was cool that we found this, what happened to Grogu in the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know if I loved it because I didn't like the Book of Boba Fett either. It's like, honestly, it's really making me nervous. I did not like the Book of Boba Fett. Obi-Wan was good, but it was not a great show. I mean, I'm not sitting here thinking about Obi-Wan Kenobi all the time. And Deborah Chow did that show, and it was Ewan McGregor. I was so excited. The Inquisitors were in it. I love the Inquisitors. That show had all these things going for it too, and I just feel like that show felt short a little bit for me. And now this is like the third one
And
that's
then there was the
falling
movies.
short. Yeah, the movies were not great. It's like it's been a little weird.
Maybe we need to do a Star Trek podcast. You don't like the movies.
Anyhow,
Of course, we've never watched Star Trek.
maybe we could try. I don't know. Yeah, but
Just
I've
kidding.
really been thinking about this a lot because, like, I think before this last episode, I was all stoked on like Mando being in the Book of Boba Fett. I was all here for that storytelling, and I think I'm changing my tune. And I think I enjoyed it because I wasn't particularly liking the Book of Boba Fett, so I was excited to go see the people that I know. But honestly, it kind of damaged this season having that reunion already happen and not with them. And I feel like they don't know. Even after that happened, I was like, okay, well, what now? What's going to be next? We just answered this big question, and there were still plenty of things. Gideon, what's going on with the First Order? There's a lot of things that are out there that are still happening that are interesting. Was he going to be redeemed by the Children of the Watch? And then all of a sudden, all of that stuff was answered in the first episode. So I was like, oh, and then I was even on board with that. It was like, oh, they got some good stuff coming up. If they're answering all this now, it's going to be so good. And now it's been 3 episodes since that. And like, there's nothing happening. It's like they rushed it all of a sudden. And like,
And the constant jumping around. I mean, this past week's story had nothing to do with the week prior. It just...
Here's the deal. I like everything they're doing in this show. This season, it's not like it's been a dumpster fire of trash. The stuff they're talking about is interesting. It's just, for me, not presented very well. And this last few weeks, I really keep thinking about this poster behind me for Revenge of the Sith. And Padme wasn't done super well in that movie. Like, she wasn't in it much. And there's deleted scenes of her building the rebellion with Mon Mothma and all that, and Bail Organa. All those scenes are cool. And for a long time, we're like, oh, why wasn't that in the movie? And George Lucas always said, I took them out because it was Anakin Skywalker's story, and that was distracting from his story. And I'm really feeling the lack of presence of George Lucas this season more than anything. Maybe Dave Filoni is off on Ahsoka, so maybe he's not as involved with this season of The Mandalorian. I don't know. If Ahsoka comes back, it's also not good. It's going to be, I'm like, honestly going to be really concerned. But like, I feel everything they're discussing in the show is cool.
And when is Ahsoka again?
Like in a few, like mid-season, end of the year. This year, though. Like this year. We're supposed to have 2 shows this year, 2 more shows. Skeleton Crew and Ahsoka. Acolyte is
And
in
they have no
2024
idea when
now.
it's coming out.
No, they just haven't announced it. Star Wars Celebration is next week. I'm sure we're going to get a whole slew of things.
Okay.
Which we can talk a little bit about that. Also, since we're talking about that, not this upcoming Wednesday, the debut of, or the day of the Bad Batch season finale, whatever. What's Wednesday's date? We're spilling that we keep pushing
Tomorrow's
this.
the 29th.
We keep pushing this off until the day before this episode drops. But the following Friday, the live stream will be Friday, not Wednesday, so we can go over all of a bunch of the announcements from Star Wars Celebration.
8th, I believe
Yeah.
it's Steve.
So, which will be fun. That's kind of exciting. So we're going to have a call-in show with all the Steam Queens. Em and I will be holding down fort. Chase, they're going to be in London. So maybe they'll do a little video for us while they're there.
Cool.
But it'll be fun to have like a call-in show for Celebration. Anyhow, I keep going back to Revenge of the Sith because I like everything that's happening here. But why did you love The Mandalorian? What about The Mandalorian did you love in seasons 1 and 2? Because we really liked this show.
Well, I liked that it was a new show that I would be able to follow along and have my own new experiences, my own firsts. But it just keeps reaching to the back for things. You know, The Mandalorians are already a done story. And then what's his name? Moff Gideon.
Yep.
You know, that's from the past. And Grogu, well, you know, I guess we'll never figure out what's up with Grogu.
What do you mean Moff Gideon's from the past?
Well, he's from something in the past in Star Wars and the whole...
Oh, the Darksaber and stuff. We didn't know who Moff Gideon was. He's new
you
to...
didn't?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's new to this
But he was in
season.
the comics. Is that
No.
right? No?
He was never in anything.
Okay.
Season 1 did not give us anything old.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it gave you had to have an idea of what Star Wars was in the mindset of, like, there was an empire at one point in time. But everything about season 1 was new.
What's the girl's name again?
Bo-Katan?
Oh, I thought it was Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
I was going to
So-
call her Boca Raton.
so,
I knew
okay.
it wasn't right.
I agree. And then I think we fell in love with the father-son story of Din and Grogu. I think people loved their relationship.
But it's gone nowhere.
that
We haven't
relation
even really addressed it.
that relationship has taken the back seat this season. And that's the flaw. Bo-Katan is a great character. But I really do think that, you know, I've heard a lot of rumbles online, and maybe this is true. Maybe this is true. It's getting too complicated for the casual fan. People like me, I follow like all of it. I get it. You know, Bo-Katan was only in like 6 episodes of the Clone Wars. She was only in 1 or 2 of Rebels, but she has this huge legacy behind her. And it took years to tell those stories. So they had an opportunity here to really like share her story. And I do think, you know, honestly, I don't really care much about the Mandalorians. They're not my cup of tea, but I was excited to learn more about them because of how this show treated them. However, it feels like it's Bo-Katan's show, not Din Djarin's. And I'm not watching a Bo-Katan show. I'm watching The Mandalorian. And this is where I'm like, maybe I'm rethinking Din in the Book of Boba Fett. Maybe I liked him in that because I didn't like the Book of Boba Fett. And now that I'm being interrupted as a viewer to something I'm into, I'm like, You can tell her story, but her story should be told through Din Djarin. This is where I'm missing George Lucas. George Lucas was a master at world building. He was a master at telling these complicated stories and letting the things in the background not distract from the main focus.
You know,
and
you
we are
hit the
getting
nail on the
distracted.
head. There's just too much going on.
Yeah.
There's too much going on. We haven't picked up from where we left off. You know, thank God we watched, you know, a Book of Boba Fett. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but other than that,
honestly.
people wouldn't know what was going on.
And if you didn't watch that show, because the ratings, the numbers for this season of Mandalorian are the worst they've been. And I'm wondering if the debut was great. I mean, I generally don't follow this kind of stuff because most of the time I don't really care.
Right.
You know, I'm not that Star Wars fan that's wrapped into the numbers. I'm not wrapped into like how much a movie makes. I'm not wrapped into trivia. That's not the parts of Star Wars that I love. I love the story and the characters, and that's the stuff that I get really into, and the interconnectivity and all that, which is funny because it's the interconnectivity that is, I think, taking me out of this show. Because now it feels like it's trying to connect everything. It doesn't feel inherent to the story. Does that make sense? Like, I liked that Din Djarin was the one weaving everybody together, and it's just honestly, this is just not as strong as it has been. Like, we're floundering, and I feel like a lot of the stuff we're talking about this year, we've already kind of covered. We already kind of did it. He was already a part of the Children of the Watch. They kind of kicked him out. Okay, I know during the Book of Boba Fett that he wanted to hop in the bathtub and get clean and come back, but like, he was already in it. Why are we going back in it now? I understand at the point in time that he wanted to get there, but like something to me, he shouldn't be here again. It just feels done. And I'm like, you're already out of story in 16 episodes? That's how it feels. And it's just because if we're going to go back there, I don't feel like they're adding a lot of complexity to that story because we're not focusing on Din. We're focusing on Bo. If we were going to go back and maybe we learn more about Din as a child, we learn more about his life in the Clone Wars, maybe all of this could be interesting. But we're retreading Din's story and he hasn't moved anywhere. And so and Grogu isn't moving anywhere. He's just, honestly, you said it a few weeks ago, Grogu just kind of feels like he's a set piece now. He's adorable. Like you can't help but smile whenever he's on screen. I feel like he's made
a tiny movement forward a few steps.
How?
He's better at his skills.
Okay, yeah.
He's a little bit more animation. You can hear a little bit of
the language,
from him.
Sure.
So he's made an incremental movement, if you will, but not enough. We're on 4.
Okay,
is this season 4?
Season 3, yeah.
Oh,
and we're already running out of stuff to talk about, which is unfortunate because this show was so good. If you've been listening any amount of time, you know how much I loved The Mandalorian. Yeah. It was my favorite Star Wars. Din Djarin is like, honestly, my favorite Star Wars character ever. I mean, since 1979, I've been a Star Wars fan, and I think Din Djarin is my favorite character. I just really connect to him. And I know I can hear people already at me saying, well, but we just had the training scene and that was to show that Grogu's learning and he can do more things. Okay. Dude. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
But no. I'm not going to buy that argument. Okay. He shot 3 darts. During the Book of Boba Fett, we saw him
flipped up in the air.
Yeah. But we already saw him doing that in the Book of Boba Fett when he was leaping from log to log. And then the kid went head to head, literally face to face with a raging Rancor. So you can't go from a Rancor to I shot you with a paint gun and think we're progressing. That's actually regression.
That's a good point.
So it feels done. It feels tired. And it's really, really disappointing. And I'm having a really hard time being disappointed, not going to lie. But I think they're failing in, I don't think weaving together all of this stuff is done very well. And I don't think it's respectful to their original audience. Audience of this.
Who's responsible for that?
John Favreau. He's written every single one of these episodes. And he's the one
for putting it all together.
John Favreau. It's his show. He's the producer. He's the showrunner. It's him. It's John Favreau.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, I'm sorry. It's not good. This show was so successful because someone like you, a casual fan, and you're more than a casual fan, but on this show, you're just a casual fan, whatever. But you are like, for most, you're the average person watching Star Wars. This show was for you. And now the show is for me and people like me. Yeah. So it's a show for me now. And that's cool. But even me, I miss a show that was for everybody. I miss the water cooler conversations and like but what does that mean? And now it's like everything. People are lost. And it's not good. You know, I think shows like Bad Batch, because they already have a smaller audience, that's where those shows can go.
True. I do have to say one thing, though. I still have hope.
We're
halfway through.
Yep.
I mean, literally, I could be in this seat next week saying the total opposite.
Hope so.
Oh my gosh, I understand how this tied to this tied to that. And it could truly turn around tomorrow. So
I hope so.
I have
and
hope.
I am, because I do love this show.
Bad Batch, I don't have any hope.
So, okay.
For that.
Wow.
However, I still like Bad Batch just because it had a season that I didn't think was maybe contiguous. Doesn't mean that I don't like Bad Batch. So.
No, that's honestly...
And this is season 2 for Bad Batch?
Yeah.
However, if we have a season 3 for Bad Batch, and honestly, now that I'm thinking of it, I didn't really like The Mandalorian last year either.
I don't think you liked it as much as the first year. I'm going to have to go back
and listen to those episodes.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So
but I don't think so either.
I will say, even for me, even if the rest of this season is fine. Again, it's not a dumpster fire of trash. It's just fine. And I've said this many times. Star Wars deserves more than fine. If you're going to make a fine Star Wars, then don't make one at all.
And the thing with The Mandalorian is it's beautiful to watch.
It is.
It's beautiful to watch.
aesthetically, it's raised its game big time. It's really beautiful.
100%.
However, even if this whole season is not great, I'm still going to be so excited for season 4 and just hope that they got better.
I mean,
You know,
I hope
personally.
I'm around because it goes away for a couple of years. So, it's always
All right.
a crapshoot.
I want to talk to you about Bad Batch real quick.
Well, it would only be a quick conversation.
Okay.
So.
So I think from my perspective, Bad Batch is doing a better job of weaving all these things together because they are taking the time to at least like put little things in there about clones. They're bringing in the Kaminoans and stuff like that to give you an idea about what cloning is. And I don't even feel like you have been as lost. You might not have been as interested, but you're not like, who is that? What is that? What is that doing? Because they are taking a little bit of time to explain it to you.
A little bit of time. They're all over the place. They are literally all over the place
Like,
on that one.
okay, for me,
I mean, again, we've had some really well done standalone episodes. I mean, I never ever called anything Saturday morning TV before, and it just feels like Saturday morning TV. Oh, look,
Yes.
it started and ended, was wrapped up all in one episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I guess for me, I think
I feel like they wrote the story and then they came back and filled in. And maybe this is how TV works. I don't know. But I feel like they wrote the
I
whole
do
story. They
wish-
realized it would only be 4 or 5 episodes, and then they just filled in.
honestly, possibly. I don't know. Like for me, if that is some truth to it, I'd rather just have 4 or 5 episodes that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, like we don't need 22 episodes. We don't need 16 episodes. Just give me as many episodes as you need.
Right.
That's how I feel. So for me personally, I think Bad Batch has had some fine episodes also. But when Bad Batch this season has been hitting, it has been hitting so hard. Like I am now fully invested in Bad Batch again. You know me, I was enjoying it, but I was like, I can understand why people don't like it. Like I'm all in because they have been, when they're good, they are so good that honestly, I'm forgetting about the ones that were just fine. And do I think the season could have been shorter? Yes. Are some of those things, is there really important stuff in all those episodes that were fine? Yes, but those stories could have been told a lot quicker than they were.
I guess it's be careful what you wish for, because I really wished for more episodes. So I got what I wished for. I got more episodes. I just forgot the other part of the wish.
But this is why people want, to me, don't, because there's a lot of this. Don't clamor on longer episodes. Don't clamor on, I need more episodes. Just write really solid stuff and make me want more when it's done. I want to want more.
But the thing is, if you're not around for
Yeah.
a fair amount of time, how do you, or why do you expect people to really remember you?
That's true.
And that's what I feel happens with Obi-Wan,
Yep.
Boba Fett, Mandalorian. I'm sure, I've got no doubt in my mind it'll be the same thing with Ahsoka. So
We'll see. I hope Ahsoka's good, man.
That's
Ahsoka
gonna
better.
be a dark
Ahsoka
day.
better. I'm already having a hard time with casting decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm already like real world has affected my curiosity about the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that I like the story enough that I can overlook some of those things. Again, if you're listening and you don't want to overlook those things, that's cool too. Like that's 100%. But as far as Ahsoka goes, I am so hoping that show better get into the Force. That better be like a really Force-driven show, because like we have not really had honestly,
Yeah.
there's been hardly any Force since Disney's taken over.
Yep.
It's there. It's always there. It's always present. But we're not getting like these really big moments. I thought we were going to get that in The Last Jedi with Luke and Rey, but he was cranky the whole time, which I like that version of Luke, but like we didn't get anything. And then it wasn't really pushed in The Rise of Skywalker again. Look, Carrie Fisher lost her life. I'll forever and always miss her. But you know what? They knew that. You had Force Ghost Luke there. Why the hell he wasn't teaching her still? I don't know. It was the dumbest. God. The Rise of Skywalker was just a major letdown. It's still great.
Star
It's
Trek.
still a lot of fun. Anyways, okay. Final question, because I want to end this on a positive note, because honestly, this has been the week of like kind of disappointed pink milk. So thank you for listening. Also, thank you for the nice
Thank
words.
you.
Honestly, there's been some really nice people who don't even agree with me about not exactly loving The Mandalorian, but like, this is why we come to pink milk, because there's a reasonable discussion to be had. This isn't a rage fest. I still love Star Wars. I hope that comes through. I still love The Mandalorian. I believe in it. I hope that all comes through. But this is just not working for me. It's not living up to the potential that it could be.
Well, that's what it is.
Yep.
It's not living up to none of them really are living up to the potential.
Yeah, it's
It
unfortunate.
could be,
Yep,
that's
it's
all.
unfortunate. So
And the standard was set in the very beginning with all this.
Yep. And honestly, you have to get better, or you have to at least match it. You know. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am fully on board. Crosshair is becoming. That he's becoming one of my favorite Star Wars characters. He is so layered. The puppies seem to think he is too. Do you think he is setting a trap for them? Because look,
No.
the Bad Batch is going to leave Paradise Island. They're going to go to Mount Tantus, and there's going to be something happening, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
Like this season, I do fully believe this season will wrap up in the Bad Batch. Mm-hmm. We will be left with new questions by the end.
Will
for
there be
season
another
3.
season?
There's a panel at Star Wars Celebration, so I would assume so.
Okay.
And I hope so, because it's really great. And now, now the Bad Batch is getting a little more mature. It's getting into some big things. Like, come on, season 3 of the Clone Wars was season 3 of Clone Wars was when Clone Wars blew up. Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels was when that show blew up. So give me a season 3 of Bad Batch. We're setting up really great things. I do think a lot of this will be answered. There will be new questions because that's how TV works. You know, you got to set stuff up for season 3.
Right.
But do you think he's going to trick them? Do you think he's going to be redeemed? Do you think he's going to? So you think he'll join the squad again?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm feeling positive with him.
Do you think we're going to? What do you think is going on at Mount Tantus? I just want to question in
I
case
have no
something
idea. I don't
happens.
trust the gal, the leader there. What's her name?
The scientist lady or the scientist dude? The dude's the leader. You talking about the lady that's
the lady. I don't trust her.
Yeah, the clone looking lady that she seems to be a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
strange.
I feel
feeling,
I think she's actually going to help them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think she is being trapped there somehow with something personally.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying she's some innocent victim in the whole thing, but I do think she's like, I don't have any good choices out of this. I think that's a lot of what Andor was doing so well. Like Andor gave a lot of people, no one was great in there, but no one was really given any other choices. So they're doing the best they could with what they had.
Right.
I feel
Will we
like
have
that's what
another
she is.
Andor?
Yes, another season in like 2 years. But it takes a long time to make that show. That show was delayed because they didn't
2 years.
They didn't realize how long it was.
Where
going
will
to
you
take to
be in
make.
2 years?
I'll be right here in this seat talking with you on episode like 7,000 of Pink Up.
Wow.
I love the longer.
I better get a raise.
Honestly, the longer I'm away from Andor, the more I miss it and the more I love it. Which is exactly what I want for my Star Wars, because I want my Star Wars to challenge me. So I'm watching and going, oh my God, I'm having a hard time here. And then I want to go, oh my God, it changed me. Took a while to change, but it changed me and I'm here for it.
Change me.
So you know what, Mando? Change me.
Change me.
The dog's got to go. So I think it's time.
It's that time.
You know, if you are interested in supporting the show, please check the show notes down below. Support us on Patreon. We really, really, really appreciate it. They really got to go. And you can follow me on the show at Serving Pink Milk on Twitter and Instagram. Are you ready, Thomas?
I'm ready.
Tomorrow's going to be an early morning. We're going to go to bed nice and early.
Hey, I'm off to soccer practice with the kids.
It's football.
Oh, God, that's right. It is football.
Drink up.
Drink up.